Commission meeting to order. Okay. Everybody had a chance to review the October 11th minutes?
Yep.
Motion to approve the minutes from October 11th.
Second.
Additions or corrections? Colin?
Yes.
Yes. Aye.
Yes. Yes. Okay, has everybody reviewed the October 25th special meeting minutes?
I would move to approve those, Mr. Chairman.
I'll second.
Additions or corrections? Colin?
Yes.
Yes. Aye.
Yes. Yes. Okay, everybody have a chance to review the financials? What?
I make a motion to approve the financials.
I'll second. Questions on the financials? Colin?
Yes.
Yes. Aye.
Yes. Yes. Okay, local permit. Assuming that's you?
That is me.
Okay.
I'm back. I'm Lori Blosky, and I'm the president of TAG, the Teen Alternative Group at the, it's a volunteer group at the school. We put on an after prom party for the Washburn students and their dates. We provide a place to go, fun things to do overnight to keep them safe. And then we also buy prizes for all of those that attend. Like for the seniors, we usually get like maybe apartment size or a dorm size refrigerator, TV, stuff like that. And then last year we did purchase around $350 worth of Washburn bucks and gave those to the students also, because we get a lot of nice donations from the town, and so we wanted to keep it, be able to give back. So this is for the basketball season. I don't have particular dates, but Mr. Jacobson said that we could have about 8 games between December and February. And it's a 50-50 raffle, where half of the pot that we take in, half of it would go to the lucky ticket drawn.
So you're estimating probably $100 winning?
Per game.
Because originally I had, I asked the girls, because some of this needed to be filled out more than what we had. So, and I think we have all the questions answered. Basically, it's, we needed a total, we're estimating $800 would be the total, and then there were 8 drawings because it was a little confusing, but I think we got that figured out.
Okay.
So,
sorry about that.
Well, yeah, that's okay. So basically, it would be 8 drawings, estimate $100 per drawing. So yeah, I'll move that we approve the raffle permit.
I'll second it. Okay.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
We appreciate it.
Discussion?
I'll issue your copy. Okay, thank you.
Colin?
Aye.
Yes. Aye.
Yes. Yes. Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's what it's done. Oh, Santa Days, Washburn Live.
I am here, ask permission to put up the corral panels again for Santa Day for the imposter reindeer. That Santa Day is December 4th from 3 to 7. And to have Main Street blocked off for the lighted parade from 6th Street to 8th Street. From 3 to 7:30, depending how long they carol after.
You said that was December 4th?
December 4th. Because for Santa Days, we have Santa, free will offering, haven't figured out the food yet, we got games, the imposter reindeer. I'm hoping to have, you guys would give me permission to put them in the parking lot area of Memorial Hall, or the grassy area on your building across the street.
I believe we put them in the parking lot last year.
It was gravel, not
We didn't have
pavement.
cement last year.
Right.
Yeah.
So.
Because they would like to be in an area where they'd be blocked by the wind.
Mm. use buildings and grounds.
Yeah, I know.
Thinking, aren't you?
I'm thinking, yes,
They seem to clean up after themselves.
yeah. 'Cause I didn't see any problem with the gravel, and I don't know if the cement's gonna make any difference or not, so I would make a motion that we let them put the reindeer, in the parking lot.
Not the grassy area. with
Parking
the
lot
tree.
or the grassy area, or just the parking lot?
Well, either or,
Okay,
choice, you know.
okay,
If they bring straw in, you know,
yeah.
the concrete or the grassy area, it's whoever wants, or where they wanna put the animals.
Very good. And then whatever else they want to set up in the gym, right? You said something about that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, okay.
we may be looking for people to make chili, having a chili cook-off. I'll find out tonight after another meeting.
Okay, so anyway, sorry, we have a motion. You motioned, right?
Yes.
Okay, we have a second.
Second.
Okay, discussion on that? Colin?
Yes.
Yes.
Aye.
Yes.
Yes, okay, now go on.
And the blocking off of the streets, to have permission for the lighted parade.
That was all included. I
Yeah.
think.
Okay. And then my other thing is for Washburn Life, it would be okay to have her monthly meetings here and have them taped, if that's what they decide at our meeting tomorrow. Over noon?
It's fine with me, I mean, as long as there's nothing else pre-booked.
During the day or noon, you said?
Yeah.
The
I
second
don't
Tuesday
see
of
an
every, second Tuesday of every month. Will they have to pay the $10 conference room fee, or is it free?
It's not like it's at the hall, it's here,
Yeah.
you know, so.
'Cause, yeah, we will discuss it at our meeting tomorrow if they wanna have all the meetings here or keep what we're doing.
Yeah, just let us know, what they wanna do, and then I think, yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
that's what this meeting room is for, basically.
It would work out good for here, that we could tape it and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And everything they do is directly tied to the benefit of the city,
Right.
including cleaning up after the animals, right?
Are we talking the meeting or the?
Well, that's talking about it.
Sounds good.
But I didn't think of the other.
Thank you, Rhonda.
Thanks, Rhonda.
We have some, furnace repair, replace, bids. Dennis, you wanna discuss some of these, or?
Memorial ones at the water treatment plant,
Okay.
and we were talking about getting the ones fixed in the shop here.
Okay.
He has one up and running already in the shop, so.
Okay, for the benefit of us all, what was that?
Okay, the furnace in the water treatment plant is down.
Which one, the upstairs, downstairs?
Downstairs one?
Downstairs, basically straight in from the garage door.
Okay.
Okay. And I haven't looked at it, and I'm assuming you have.
Mm-hmm.
So is that hard to get parts for, a lot of corrosion, you know,
Well, it's not hard to get parts for, but, at almost $1,000 because it's Resner and they think their prices are worth gold. I can put in the inducer assembly for a little over $1,000, I can put in a whole new one for almost $2,000, whole new unit.
right, and Resnors, they'll crack, you know, heater units or, you know,
Yeah,
in between,
they're very common for the heat exchangers cracking.
right,
things.
and especially if it's old, so.
Well, that one is 2009, I mean, it's not
Super
old, but
Not super, well, 13 years, 12 years.
Yeah.
That was put in when they did the upgrade last one, I assume?
Must have been, yeah. Well, you know, and it's such a humid area down there
Right.
too, right?
yeah, and the chemicals and.
I would say for being in that environment, that's probably pretty good.
Right.
Yeah, but,
And it does help, those ones are separated combustion, so it brings in air
oh,
from outside
yeah.
instead of sucking in.
Would it be hard to put a new one in?
The efficiency would be fairly good.
But yeah, about
Right.
the same. The unit heaters are 80% units.
Well, other than, okay, the combustion blowers, I mean, other than that, I mean, what's the, general shape of the, unit?
Everything else looks good.
Does it? Okay.
So, that was that one.
Well, let's do them one at a time.
Do do we need to put anything else in there? Anything like, UV light or anything like that? Just to take out any bacteria and stuff? No?
Like I said,
That's a big thing right now, I'm just asking.
in the water treatment plant one?
Yeah.
I've never seen them put in on a unit
Okay.
heater. I don't even know how you would, actually.
Well,
They're so small and compact that it doesn't, or like when you put them in a furnace, they got actual ductwork that it goes in.
Yeah, so whatever's going across the ducts is,
Yeah, but this is just a straight unit heater, just blows right out.
okay. So I make a motion that we replace the heater in the water treatment plant.
Okay, you're replacing, you're saying putting a new one in?
Put a
Or you're
new one in.
replacing the blower assembly?
I would put a new, heater in, because it is in a severe area. So I'm saying replace for $2,000. I think was.
Yeah, $1,934, and then where the other one's $1,066. Okay, we have a motion?
I make a motion to.
No, we have a motion.
I'll second it then.
Okay. Discussion? Colin?
Yes.
Yes.
Aye.
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Okay, now, one of the heaters in the Memorial Hall, the big furnaces, is giving us problems too,
Down in the basement, yep.
down in the basement, and, it's basically the same thing, right?
I haven't replaced it, but there's one sitting on top of it, and I can tell that it's been replaced. It's not the OEM one, or not the original one.
I believe there has been one that's been replaced.
Those are, they call them smart valves. The name has nothing to do with it because they're terrible. And they make a retrofit kit for 95% of the smart valves. This one just is not one of them, or else I could do it for way less, but that's one that they haven't come up with a new gas valve style and igniter for. This one, the igniter actually connects right into the gas valve.
So, do you have any idea about how long? This is the one that's been replaced, which you have to replace again, is that?
Mhm.
Okay. Do you have any idea about how long it's been there? Probably not.
I don't.
Okay, and we're looking at a difference of, $845
Yeah, I just wanted
to
just with,
$3,500.
that furnace is a 2001, but I was
Right,
just because I know it's a common thing, and if it keeps,
right.
that's just the only reason why I did it that way.
So are the new furnaces similar to the one that's in there, or would it be completely different?
Be better efficiency, but they all four kick on at the same time, so I mean, it's really not, efficiency's probably not gonna be too much of a,
Is the arrangement of the gas valves and everything, the igniters, that's all the same then?
on those
That's-
four downstairs?
Yeah.
Yeah, as the new one, a brand new furnace, no, it's different. But all four of those furnaces down there right now are the same.
So the new one won't affect the performance of the other three then, right?
No, because they're all connected just to one thermostat, there's
Okay.
some relays and stuff so that they all four kick on at the same time.
I don't think so, 'cause some are upstairs, some are downstairs.
4 for upstairs, 4 for downstairs. There's 8 furnaces down in the basement.
Oh, there is?
Mhm.
Thought there was only 4.
There's 2
Oh, yeah, that's right, they're
like
back to
this
back.
and 2 like that.
That's right, okay, yeah, okay, very good.
How much is a new one?
3,500.
That's installed. And I can get the parts for it in a few days and the furnace and whatever. I mean, it's really, right now, it's not affecting anything, because
Right.
3 out of the 4 are working just fine.
So the rest of this furnace looks pretty good though?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
I guess I make a motion, we just replace the gas valve in the existing furnace. As long as
Second that.
everything looks good, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
And keep everything the same, for now.
Right.
It gets bad switching or having 3 or 4 different ones in there. If these valves are that bad, you'll know what you need to get when there's a problem.
Yep.
So, and since we have redundant
Yeah.
in there already, I'm not too worried about one going down, so.
Right,
Because the other four, I'm assuming they must do the basement,
right.
as far as I know.
Yeah, the basement and then the Legion room in the basement, yeah. Does a lot of that. There's also a furnace in that old scout room.
Yeah.
That's on its own too, so.
And there's one upstairs in the Legion office too,
Right. But apparently those are all working, so.
as far as I
Hopefully.
know.
Okay, so we have a motion that Tim, you seconded?
Yep.
Okay, any other discussion?
Larry,
Your
so
question.
if a furnace, new furnace costs $3,500, how much is it to replace the gas valve?
About $850.
Maybe the next time they'll make a smarter valve.
Yeah.
Or maybe they'll come up with a conversion kit.
Right.
Buy them in bulk.
Okay.
White
Call-
Rogers.
Yes.
Yes.
Aye.
Done.
I know, I'm thinking. That furnace you say is about 2001?
Yes, that one is a $2. Yep.
All of them down there are about 2001s, right?
No, those four are. The
Oh,
other-
are those four?
The other four are even older.
Okay.
Okay, yes.
Okay, and I'll go yes. Okay.
And then I looked at the furnaces in Bay Two, one of them needs a new gas valve. I looked at it just before I came here, so.
Well, if it needs it, get it. I mean,
Yeah,
We'll
that
need
one, that I know I'll be able to get a gas for, it's just
Yeah.
a standing pilot gas valve, so.
yeah, that can't be that much, so.
No.
Yeah, just get that one, so.
And then there is a bill in there for a thermostat for the water tower up in Heritage Heights.
I
Do you,
think I got it today.
okay,
We'll give it a few days, it's not that big of a deal.
okay. Otherwise, I would say if there's more issues, then I was gonna hold off on paying that one until
Yeah, just hold on.
pull it from the bills?
Yes.
Okay. So we'll pull K&D's one for the thermostat to make sure it's working up in the water tower, or if there's something different.
The other heater that's in there is getting pretty loud. I don't know if it's the bearings in the motor or what, but it squeals for a good 10-15 minutes before
And that's
it
in which
spins.
tower?
Okay.
And then which,
Heritage Heights.
Yeah,
Heritage Heights, okay.
it's the second one when you walk in, that's making a lot of noise right now. About 10-15 minutes it stops. I'm assuming a bearing in the motor.
Probably, yeah. Need to get that fixed, I guess.
Not
But
gonna get any
I-
better.
I'm pretty sure I have the exact heater sitting in my office. We have to swap it real quick.
Okay. All right, very good.
Thanks, Dana.
Thank you.
Yep.
Personnel policy.
Okay. I don't know if this is where we want to put it on the personnel policy or where we want to put it. I just did, a little change to it. It's highlighted in yellow, and it's underneath our benefits, including what we have for, and that benefit package to full-time employees, and it includes, health insurance, life insurance, and retirement. Other benefits are paid vacation and sick leave. The timeframes for this, and how it follows is health, dental, vision. Upon permanent employment, they start from the day usually the employee is hired. Vacation and sick start accruing from that date, so they cannot use it for 3 months until they are here. But I've added in there, if you do not have vacation or sick time and miss multiple days, you may be subject to pay a percentage of your benefits. I believe this is a great benefit to the city employees that the city offers, and I don't think we can have, I think it just needs to be stated in there clearly that if you don't have vacation or sick time to be using, then you may be subject to paying for a portion of them, or benefits that were offered.
Yeah, and basically your benefits are based on 40 hours, you're working here 40 hours a week, you know, I mean, obviously Erica just gets less time, so she doesn't get all these benefits, you know, so, I just think we need to have our employees here.
Right.
You know, so.
And then as for, I guess, a percentage of how we want to do that or work it into, I kind of left it up to what you guys feel. but I just think it needs to be amended so that it's clearly stated in there.
And as far as, you know, the percentage and stuff like that, I mean, I think that needs to be looked into a lot further than just sitting here tonight on this, so.
But we requested Chelsea put something together from HR.
Oh, you did, okay.
Yep, mhm.
Okay.
That's why this.
That's why it's in here. We requested it.
Do you wanna do something now, or do you wanna wait until we've come up with what kind of a gauge we're gonna use?
Well,
You know what I'm saying?
I think this should go in now and then for the percentage in later.
But if you have an issue almost immediately, what are you gonna?
If we're going to proceed with it, I think it's something that I can look into a lot further and kind of determine how to
Okay.
do that, then maybe talk about it again at the December meeting if we want to implement it starting the first of the year.
Okay.
And I agree with that, and I also think when you do the evaluations, it wouldn't hurt to, you know, inform the employees that we're looking at doing this.
Yeah, we're
You
gonna
know,
do that
rather than
anyway.
just surprise them, you know, and
Yeah.
say,
That we haven't figured out the percentage yet, but this is what's going in the policy.
what we're looking at putting in the policy, right? And you'll be doing evaluations before our next meeting, I'm guessing?
Mhm.
Yeah, we're gonna start Friday.
Any other comments on that?
Nope.
Okay. That's good with you guys?
Mhm.
Okay. Okay, the new parking ordinance, the first reading, we discussed this last meeting, and we, went through and made some changes. So we'll do the first reading. Who's gonna read? You?
Sure.
Okay, good.
Ordinance number 155, an ordinance establishing limitations and rules for the regulation of stopping, standing, or parking restrictions upon the city streets of Washburn, North Dakota. Be it ordained by the City Commission of the City of Washburn, North Dakota. This ordinance shall repeal and replace all other ordinances related to stopping, standing, or parking restrictions upon the city streets of Washburn, ND. It shall be unlawful for anyone to park or leave standing on any street, avenue, highway, public ways, boulevards, or public property in the city of Washburn any vehicle, trailer, camper, boat, machinery, or other obstruction for a period longer than 72 hours except for Main Avenue and 7th Street, which parking is limited to 24 hours. It shall be unlawful for anyone to park or leave standing in any alley in the city of Washburn any vehicle, trailer, camper, boat, machinery, or other obstruction at any time, except for the purpose of delivery, actively loading or unloading, utility work, or construction and maintenance purposes. Any vehicle, trailer, boat, camper, etc. is only allowed to be parked in front of the owner's residence, so not to impede neighbors' property. It is strictly prohibited to have any camper slide-outs extending out any part of the city street or avenue. It shall be unlawful for anyone to park or leave standing on any street, avenue, highway, public ways, boulevards, public property, or alleys in the city of Washburn any trailer, camper, boat, machinery, or other obstruction from October 15th to April 15th, so as not to interfere with fall and spring street cleaning and snow removal. It shall be unlawful for anyone to park or leave standing on any street, avenue, highway, public ways, boulevards, public property, or alleys in the city of Washburn any vehicle or trailer which is unlicensed or for which the registration has expired. Any businesses are not allowed to use any street, avenue, highway, public ways, boulevards, public property, or alleys in the city of Washburn to park or store their equipment unless in the active role of conducting business at the property involved. It is unlawful to park or leave standing any vehicle, trailer, camper, boat, machinery, or other obstruction within 10 feet of a fire hydrant. It shall be unlawful to park on snow emergency routes designated by the Washburn City Commission anytime after 4 or more inches of snow has fallen and the streets have been satisfactorily plowed of snow. Any person who is convicted of violating the provisions of this ordinance or of failing to comply with any of the provisions of this ordinance may be punished by a fine of $50, with the exception of number 8, that is a state law, punishable up to $40. And any peace officer or jurisdiction is authorized to impound or move any vehicle, trailer, boat, camper, etc. by order of Washburn City Commission. This ordinance shall be in full force and effect from and after its final passage and approval of the publication of its title and penalty clause.
Yeah, number 9, Larry.
Yes,
The, says it shall be unlawful to park on snow emergency routes designated by the Washburn City Commission, you know,
mm-hmm,
after 4 inches or more of snow has fallen and the streets have been satisfactorily plowed of snow.
mm-hmm.
Well, after they've been satisfactorily plowed, can't you park back on them again? I'm not trying to make.
Okay, yeah, doesn't allow us to say any time afterwards. Yeah, yeah, it shall be unlawful to park, anytime after 4 inches in the street, oh, yeah, okay, yeah, we need to add something in there, don't we?
Right, because it would, after they're plowed, you should be able to park
Somewhere
there.
it doesn't,
It should be like prior to the streets
Or,
being
yeah,
satisfactorily
until-
plowed, right?
and,
'Cause, yeah, once it's plowed, you're free to park there.
doesn't it,
Right.
city about anytime after.
But this says you can't, so.
Prior
Yeah.
to 4 inches of snow.
Oh, prior. Anytime. Well, it wouldn't be prior, would it? It would be,
Until, well, I guess until it's been plowed, but
right, so we just need to change, after to something else, right?
Well, if you, like Chelsea just said, or 4 or more inches of snow has fallen and until the street, well, yeah, you need to change it so they
a
know
snow
they
has
can park.
fallen and,
Anytime
So they can
after
park
4
there.
or
Sounds
more
like
inches of
double
snow
time.
has fallen.
Okay, anytime after, how about just get, or, no, anytime. On the streets of it.
Why don't you just say, anytime 4 or more inches of snow has fallen,
I don't
period.
You really don't need the other part.
Just
in
leave
there.
that off.
Yeah.
just get rid of the after.
Just
Yeah.
leave,
Anytime
and
four-
the streets have been satisfactorily plowed with snow.
Anytime 4 or more inches of snow has fallen and the streets have been satisfactorily plowed. So you're just getting rid of after, or are you doing something different?
No, it should just say, it shall be unlawful to park on snow emergency routes designated by the Washburn City Commission, anytime after 4 or more inches of snow has fallen, period.
Well,
Does that work?
but
But then if it's plowed, you can park again.
if it's plowed, you can park again, but you can't park there until it's been plowed.
I would think that people would know that if it's been plowed, you can park there.
Well, you know what, it doesn't say that though, it says after it snowed, you can't park there.
And then you could have, just put another sentence in. You could put in there one.
I get where this is saying though, until, you can't park there at any time, because you can park there if there's only been 2 inches of snow, but there's been 4 inches of snow, and
But once it's plowed, you should
But
be
it
able to
says,
park.
and the streets have been satisfactorily plowed with snow.
right,
Once
but,
they're plowed,
Once you get rid of the 4 inches of
Once the
snow,
4 inches of snow is gone,
and,
then you
and
can park
just,
there.
and just put in there, you can park there then.
Anytime 4 or more inches of snow has fallen and the streets have been satisfied. I think you just get rid of the word after, it would be fine, but.
or you could say, put it after 4 more inches of snow has fallen, period. Once the streets have been satisfactorily plowed of snow, parking may resume. Or,
Yeah, in other words, add another sentence to clarify.
yeah, just to clarify it.
Yeah, yeah.
parking may resume once streets have been plowed,
Right.
something, yeah.
Yeah.
So we plow the streets even if there's 2 inches of snow on the ground, right?
Depends.
If it's wet or sticky or piles or blown.
Who's gonna be the snow monitor?
You are.
3.5 inches, then I can park there?
Somebody will come up with that.
Yeah.
Somebody will question it.
Yeah.
I just think that you're adding more words to it, but, I mean, if that's what you guys wanna do, that's fine, let's see. Anytime 4 inches of snow has fallen and the streets have been satisfactorily plowed. And how do you want that to read? You know, we can change it, how do you want it to read, so. Anytime after 4, okay, anytime 4 inches of snow has fallen. And then what? Then how do you want that?
Anytime snow has fallen, period, parking may resume once streets have been plowed.
That sounds great.
Yep.
Okay, so anytime, get rid of after. 4 or more inches of snow has fallen, period, right?
Yep.
And what was that, parking?
Parking may resume once
Yep.
streets have been plowed.
Right.
Okay, I like that.
I knew you'd come up with something. I knew you'd come up with something.
Give me some time.
You said parking is allowed after streets have been plowed?
Parking may resume.
May resume, okay.
Once streets have been plowed. Or, once streets have been cleared, or however you wanna do it.
Okay, parking may resume, may resume. Once streets have been plowed of snow.
Yeah, plowed or cleared, however you wanna.
Been cleared of snow. That obviously makes better, doesn't it? Well, cleared or plowed?
Huh?
Cleared or plowed?
Cleared.
Cleared of snow. Okay. Okay. Anytime 4 or more inches of snow has fallen, period. Parking may resume once streets have been satisfactorily cleared of snow. Love it. I like it.
You wanna read it in its final stage, Larry, just number 9?
Do I wanna read it?
Yeah, just number 9.
Yeah.
How you got?
It shall be unlawful to park on snow emergency routes designated by the city, by the Washburn City Commission, anytime 4 or more inches of snow has fallen. Parking may resume once streets have been satisfactorily cleared of snow. Love it.
Okay, looking at number 2, it says you're 72 hours for machinery. Does that include just the road, or does that include over the sidewalk where things are parked as well? Because there are places where machinery is parked.
Well,
Fall under public property, right?
I don't know.
It shall be unlawful for anyone to park or leave standing on any street, avenue, highway, public ways, boulevards, or public property. So that basically, sidewalks aren't public property, so,
Oh,
they're in the boulevard,
right.
so, yeah.
Okay, just wondering, because I'm sure somebody's gonna question that.
Well, that's kinda why we put that in there.
I know.
Okay, any other comments on it? I will make a motion that we accept the first reading of ordinance 155.
Second?
Other comments? Colin?
Yes.
Yes.
Aye. Yes.
Yes. So do we need to put something in the paper now, right, as far as this?
It has to be published at least once after the final adoption.
Are you gonna do a story on this, or?
Yeah, I wanted to, I'm not gonna put that whole, thing that she read in there, but.
Right. Why not?
Why not? People see, but,
Did you write it all down, what she said?
I took a picture of it. I'm gonna try to memorize it when I get home.
That's a good thing.
No parking on the street.
Well, I suppose you could put in the paper that, if people wanna come and read it, they can come in, and get a copy of it.
Okay.
But yeah, we don't have to publish it until after the final,
Right, and then you have to do the, number and then the,
Yeah.
penalty clause, right?
because it's a fine, so pretty much we have to state what the fine is.
Right, yeah. That's state law, so.
Okay, and then, going on that as well for the fine and everything, so if they don't move it, say when you tell them that they have to move it and they leave it sit there, are we gonna give them leeway then to move it or not? You know what I'm saying? Say they park something on the street and they're not gonna move it. So it sits there for another week. Are we gonna fine them for every day that it sits there?
That's up to the sheriff's
Sheriff's
department.
Department.
And, well, if they don't do it, it can be towed.
Yep,
Okay.
and they'll tow vehicles.
So is the sheriff's department gonna enforce this then?
Yes. Well, that's gonna be in our next contract.
Because, I'll leave that go.
I mean, if there's ever an issue where you're concerned, all you have to do is call into the sheriff's department too
Yeah.
and tell them, and they'll go take a look at it.
Yeah.
Or mark it, or do whatever, and then if they notice that it's been there for 72 hours or 3 days, you know, then sometimes they'll get a warning, or after multiple offenses, I know this summer, they towed a vehicle that would not move, so.
Yeah.
I'm just asking because
Yeah.
this could be an issue in the future with some people.
Right. Well, yeah, I mean, there's always issues with some people.
I know, that's why I'm bringing it up.
Okay. All right, moving on, special assessment assistance program correction.
Okay, I put the new spreadsheet in there, when I did this last time, I don't know, I'm an idiot, clearly, and I went off the wrong amount, so what this spreadsheet is showing now has the correct amount in there for the special number and what their water assessment portion is for the city to pay, which is then that total number, so it increased, which is more in line with what it's been the last couple of years, for that 49,32.53.
What was it last time, do you remember, or ballpark?
When I submitted it the first time, like 536 or something like that, because I had used,
Dollars?
yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was awful low, but.
Yeah, it was.
Okay.
I'm an idiot.
It's only 10%.
No, your husband's not here to agree with you either.
That's fine.
I have a question, when we do this, if they use a lot of water during the summer for or lawns and stuff like that, does
That has
count?
nothing to do with this.
These are,
These are specials.
these are
These
special
are specials, okay, I
that have
just want
been
to make sure.
assessed only for water and sewer can they apply for this, but
Okay.
it's, yeah, it's specials that have been assessed to their property.
Okay, the assessment,
You have
okay.
to meet guidelines and.
Yeah.
Yep, I just
Yep,
want
it
to
has
make sure
nothing to do with their monthly water usage.
Okay, yep, okay, that's what I want to make
So I
sure.
will move that we accept the, special assessment, assistance program correction.
I'll second.
Discussion? Colin?
Yes.
Yes.
Aye.
Yes.
Yes.
You seconded that, right?
Okay. Moving along. Okay, A2S update. Did you give everybody a copy of that, Joe?
I did.
Have it here somewhere. So, very quickly, the city and McLean Sheridan have signed a memorandum of understanding. It sounds like, Midwest Ag Energy will probably be doing it tomorrow, I'm guessing. That's the way it sounded, when I talked to Eric. And then, we've been in contact, they and us have also been in contact with a lot of the Corps of Engineers about, the water levels. And I'll be touching a little bit on that after we get into our portfolios. Any questions on either of those? Okay, portfolios, Colin?
I guess Larry will hit a little more on that too, but due to the extremely low river levels, I contacted, I guess last week, Eric from A2S. Got a hold of a guy from the Corps, to see what we can do to get the flows back up on the river, so we're not, this time of year, running our temporary pump, we're at the mercy of Mother Nature. If we get some cold weather quick, we're gonna be hurting, so. Larry can fill you in more.
Yeah. Just real quick on that, Adam, basically you're running at night, you're just running the pump all the time, or is that also during the day?
No, because it's been above freezing during the day. And this past week or whatever, it hasn't been freezing overnight, so I haven't been running it. But when it does dip below around 26 or so, we usually run it.
Yeah, which is costing us electricity,
Right.
and we're not making that up, so, okay.
And when you shut it off, it's been priming okay?
Yeah, it's been fine.
Okay. So,
Anything else?
no,
We went over the heaters, so I think that's everything.
Done?
I got another county meeting next Monday, and we're getting close to a vote on the, wind towers and the solars.
Okay. And you guys are gonna do, valuations starting
Friday.
Anything else? No, okay. So, so basically on the intake issues, Colin had talked with, Todd Lindquist, he's with the Corps of Engineers out of Riverdale. I had talked with him, Eric has talked with him. Todd is actually gonna be here tomorrow afternoon. He has a meeting in Bismarck, but he's gonna stop tomorrow afternoon. He's gonna meet with, I don't know if you're gonna be around Colin or.
I'll be here.
So maybe Colin, Adam, and we're gonna show him what our deal is down at the river, and hopefully we can get something figured out. No guarantees, you know, dealing with the feds, so. But at least he's gonna be here to
Yeah.
give him a bird's eye view of what's going on, so.
I guess my request was that we get, right now, we're at flows of 13,000, correct? Still 13,000 cubic
Okay.
feet. I requested that, we go to 16,000. He informed me that when it gets cold, that's usually what they run at, so I don't know that, a 2-3 week jump on a higher flow is gonna make a significant dent on the lake, so hopefully we can
Right.
sway them to go to 16,000 and keep that as a minimum, which would definitely help us.
Cause our temporary intake pump is, where we're gonna, like, a couple feet of water, is that it? Or?
Yeah, but that's more because the pipe is a little short, so it's out as far as it can go.
But it's only like a couple feet, so if it starts
Yeah.
heating up, we're gonna be sucking in ice crystals.
Oh, yeah, there will be a.
So, yeah.
Well, the other part too, my concern is where our current intake pipe right now, when the water's low, is out of water.
It is, yes, it's out of water.
I mean, if we don't get some water above that, and that freezes up too, we're gonna be a world of hurt. So we need to get that water up.
Yeah.
But I looked at the lake on Friday, and the lake is really, really down.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yep.
you can see shoreline where there wasn't shoreline a couple years ago,
Oh, yeah.
and I don't think they're gonna jack up the flow on the, coming out of the lake.
Well, it's, not as low as it was, remember 20 years ago, it was pretty low.
Yeah, I know, but it's really low
And
now,
they
if you
claimed
look
it was
at
gonna
it.
take 20 years to fill back up, and I think it was full in 3.
Yep.
So, it can be done.
Never have too much.
Right, right.
Okay, any other questions on that? Okay, we'll find out more tomorrow. So our truck should be ready this week. Sound like all they had to do was get the tires put on, they did that on Friday, so I'm gonna try and line up a day to go get that, the one from, Badland Truck Sales. Another question I had, are we gonna do anything with water, sewer, and garbage rates this year? If so, we need to have that known by next meeting. So, you have probably come up with a recommendation for next meeting, I'm guessing.
I can, yeah.
Okay.
Garbage rate's gonna go up again?
I haven't seen anything from Circle yet.
Well, we kinda have a contract, but then there's
Yeah, but
certain
there-
stipulations in there that
As
they
their
can raise.
landfill fees keep increasing, then
Right.
our rates keep increasing.
Right. So we'll probably have to get a hold of them on that and see what their projection is.
Yeah, they usually send it out.
Yeah, they do, don't they?
They're usually pretty good, but
So-
I can ask to see what they,
Has our water costs gone up at all for the low amount on the river and such for making water for our towers and stuff, or not?
I don't think so. I don't know how much more electricity we're using because of that temporary pump, but can't be that much, I would imagine.
We've only been using it a short time also, so it's,
3 weeks, yeah.
That would be the least of, I guess, my concerns, that, what I'm seeing from the, the chemical side of things, we definitely need to look at that, because we're seeing huge increases.
Mhm.
You think it's not double?
That's putting it mildly.
Oh, okay. So we need to come up with that, whether it's not double or triple for the next year. Because that's what we're gonna have to base it off of.
So what's our minimum rate now for water?
40,
40?
right? 40? Yeah.
yeah, 40, 45.
Can we do a spreadsheet so we can look at it, take our chemical and double it and triple it, so that would be our estimate for next time when we meet? Can we-
Yeah.
Is that a possibility? That way we can kind of look, you know.
How much did we jump up from last year's? I don't remember.
Water didn't increase, just garbage rates increased.
So we haven't had an increase now for 2 years then.
Correct.
And what was the rate before that, the year before that?
What did the base go up, or did it just go up per gallon after that? I can't remember.
No, I'm pretty sure the base rate
Didn't go up that much, though, I don't think.
increased.
It was only a few dollars, wasn't it?
Yeah, was it like 38 something before that? I don't know, that was like right when I
Yeah.
started. And then it went to 40, 45. And I know that, yeah, just garbage rates increased for the beginning of 2021. Because they hadn't been increased and they should have been.
Okay.
Any idea what we should raise the rates then? on
Well, I
water?
think we need to look at some figures first, I mean, how.
Right, I know, but
Without
any
knowing
ideas?
the chemical costs right off top, I don't know.
Do we have enough storage for chemical? That's the next thing. You know, will we get a better price if we store a little bit more?
It
Or-
really isn't that, it's.
It's just
I mean,
the transportation.
There's things, yeah, there's some stuff, that availability, we can't even get stuff right now, there's some things that, you know, fortunately for what we need here, we're fine. But
That's
we're
why-
seeing this in some of the, like, the power plants that use certain things that, you know, we're out until January before we even see stuff coming in.
Well, that's why I was wondering if we should add some more storage to have a little bit more on hand.
I think at this point, we're fine, from what I'm seeing. I'm not saying that stuff couldn't change, but.
Well, I'm sure you'll let us know if it does.
Yeah, oh, yeah, yeah.
Or wait until it increases.
Okay. Chelsea?
Our wreaths that we have had that have been hung up on Main Street, if there needs to be new bulbs in them, can we replace the bulbs? At one point in time, supposedly new wreaths were gonna be ordered.
Talking about the balls or the balls or the bulbs?
The bulbs.
Well, we do that every
They-
year.
So, we were going to replace all the bulbs with LED bulbs, so we wouldn't have to replace hundreds of bulbs every year,
How much did that cost?
a significant amount.
Like, what's that?
I don't remember, it was last year.
Well, you know,
But there was
it's-
talk of replacing those, so that's why we didn't even.
Are you gonna wrap the garland around the poles this year? I think you should.
How are we gonna get it up there? We can't be up in the water.
We haven't made a safety stand yet for the new loader?
Not yet. We need to do that, though. We need to get a basket.
Well, we should ask Chris if he could have give us an estimate for that, so that we can tie somebody into that, you know, for safety.
We'll see.
So if we hang those wreaths up, do we want to replace the bulbs?
Yes,
Okay,
With LED bulbs?
or do you want
for this year, I would just go regular bulbs.
to, and I can look at ordering new ones next year?
New ornaments, you mean?
Yeah.
Well, we'll discuss that after Christmas.
Okay, so then.
Why don't we do this, and, I mean, we can't just sit here next year and say, well, last year we talked about this, you know, let's get some costs on
Yeah.
breweries, whatever,
Good idea.
what it
And
takes
LED
to
bulbs
outfit them,
and
LED lights,
Don't you worry,
huh?
don't you worry,
Well, you on top of this already?
kind of.
Good, let's move on.
I have another question.
Yes.
Can I order some kind of light thing to hang from like the Memorial Hall across that lights up, so that this town can be a little more
Like across Main Street?
Yeah, 'cause obviously the arches that, I mean, ideally, I would like to have an arch down there and an arch down there on coming into Main Street, but there was an issue with semis and it not being tall enough at one point in time. So then I was just gonna look at hanging something from like the Memorial Hall across, some kind of light up arch type thing.
Just in front of the Memorial Hall or across the street?
Across the
Across the street.
Hmm.
so it's gonna go on the ceiling, and cause that's like the only place that we looked at we
There's
could.
a light pole right across from.
Cause we don't have light poles on both sides to be able to hang stuff, like, across the street.
It would be nice to have more stuff. You know, many years ago, and Tim would know this, you know, we used to have like a big Noel that went across by the drugstore, you know.
If you go way back, they strung light pole to light pole
Yeah,
all the way
right.
across Main Street.
And that was really nice, you know, like Mandan still does it, I think.
Yep, yeah, between every light pole all the way down. Main
Light
Street.
pole to light pole?
Yeah, I think Underwood does it too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and this town just
That's
needs
a
to be
long
more
time ago.
festive.
Well, I think we need to get some
That
bright
was
stuff.
50 years plus.
Yeah,
Okay.
okay.
And they were the big bulbs.
Big bulbs?
Why do we need semis
Yes,
on Main Street?
oh, God, yes.
Come on,
No.
let's put the candles up.
But don't worry, I want torches that on each side of Main Street.
Burned down too.
Okay.
Anything else, Chelsea?
No.
Adam?
That aerator is out in the lagoon outside of town. That's, was that in, put in last week or whatever. So if anybody wants to see, you can see from the highway. If anybody has more questions about the temporary pump or anything with the water treatment plant, you can just ask me. And then we had an oil mishap out here last week. It wasn't cleaned up to our satisfaction, so we're working on it this week.
He said he took the steam daddy out there.
It wasn't, no.
That's okay. Anyway.
I mean, he did, but it was
Okay.
just kind of spread it around,
Yeah.
so.
Okay.
On that temporary pump, do we need, I talked to you earlier about it, some sort of enclosure or something to help, you know, keep it from freezing up was my question.
I guess it depends on what we hear tomorrow.
Okay.
Well, it's gonna depend on tomorrow. If we need to build something, we'll build something.
Well, that's what I was wondering, you know, we can't rely on the Corps
Right.
if we think we're gonna have problems. We have to have a plan.
Yeah, well, absolutely, yeah. And I think tomorrow's gonna be.
Okay.
I don't know what we're gonna get tomorrow, but we'll see.
Well, thing is, I was telling Larry, you know, if we can come to an agreement and they raise up to 16,000, that's a fairly immediate change. You know, we're gonna see that within hours, you know, and if we don't, well, then we'll have to, you know, come up
Well-
with something to build a.
Well, this guy is not gonna be able to tell us, yes,
No,
I can
no,
do that.
No, but we'll know, I mean, you know, probably within a day or so, hopefully you can get some confirmation back.
Right.
And if it doesn't sound good, then we'll have to move forward with, you know,
Can we move the suction pipe out further?
Add a
Too
section.
short, so we
Yep.
need a different one.
But can we add on to it? Can we get the part to add another 10 feet to get it out there?
The problem with that is, what if it freezes up? I mean, is it really gonna gain us anything as far as ice and all that stuff?
Well, I think we're,
Just get into the deeper water.
I think we're in the water deep enough for now.
For now.
To me, it's the overnight temperatures, you know, if it gets down to 10, 0 degrees, that thing's gonna freeze up. And at the intake, where it's at in the water is gonna be fine. It's the pump and the hose and all that, that's my concern.
But can we do like the old water lines where you put a generator and put lines on the pipe, like double wall pipe it, so you have heating elements around in between the two and insulate it? It's still not gonna do you any good if the river freezes up, but, you know,
Well,
it'd be
but-
like a heat tape.
Before the rain, I mean, we're gonna be well into winter before we freeze up that thick. you
Right.
know.
Right.
Um,
Well, the thing is, that's why when it gets cold, we run it all the time.
Yeah.
And that shouldn't freeze when it's running. So, and I can't imagine what it would cost to heat tape something like that.
Well,
Okay, let's move on. Anything else? Anybody? Bills? Everybody have a chance to review the bills? The motion we pay the bills, we pull that one K&B bill out.
One second.
Discussion? Ellen?
Yes.
Yes.
aye.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, next meeting, December 13th. Thank you, everybody, for coming. Meeting adjourned.
Unlucky number, the 13th.